If you've bought the planner, downloaded the app, color-coded your entire week, and yet you still feel behind, stressed, and maybe mildly disappointed in yourself, this video is for you. Because a lot of us may jump to the conclusion that the problem is us. Why am I so lazy? Why am I so inconsistent? Everyone else can do this. Why am I having such a hard time? I want to offer you a different possibility. What if that planner didn't fix everything because it was never the correct solution in the first place? What if the issue is not that you're lazy or hopeless or incapable? What if it's that nobody actually ever taught you how to evaluate whether or not a system was a good fit for you in the first place? That's what I want to talk about today. I think a lot of us probably have what I like to call a planner graveyard. And for some people, maybe it's a shelf full of planners or tools. Maybe it's a literal drawer. Maybe it's a folder on your phone filled with apps. Maybe it's a Notion template that you created that you haven't opened since you created it. For me, it's an actual box, like those boxes that the reams of paper come in at work. I've got 2 of those. But here's an important thing. We didn't buy all those things because we didn't care. We actually care a whole lot. We want a system that actually works. We want to get our stuff together, actually have something that we can rely on, and in good faith, we try these different systems. That matters. But then what ends up happening? Our energy changes. Life gets messy. We miss a day. We miss another. The system becomes one more thing that we have to remember to do as opposed to being something that's actually helping us. And then eventually, we just stop using it altogether. And because that planner looks so good and the app has so many amazing reviews and that system seems to work for all these other people, we start to think that the variable has to be us. And that is the line of thinking that I want to interrupt. Because yes, a lot of the times we need better habits, better support, better systems, better follow through. The problem is that a lot of us have never been taught how to evaluate fit. So a lot of us are running around trying to use systems based on really 3 things. 1, does it look like it is organized? Did somebody that I trust or maybe someone who's successful recommend it? Or does it match the fantasy version of me as opposed to the actual version of me? The version of me who can wake up early and who does remember things. The version that does have energy after work. The one who can sit down and focus on command. Sounds good. But as soon as you say it out loud, you can see the problem. A system that is built for the fantasy version of me will often fail the actual version of me. A system that really only works if you feel motivated is not a great system. A system that relies on you having a good day or a good week in order to really be functional, also not a good fit. A system that makes you feel worse every time you try to use it is probably not the correct one for you. By the way, none of this means that we are beyond help. It just means that the system is not a good match, which is actually good news because a match problem can be solved. So with that in mind, I want to give you 3 questions that you can use next time you're either trying to find a new system or evaluate whether the systems that you're using are actually helping you. Number 1, what is the system actually asking me to do? And this is a big one. Because if your system is asking you to do something that you already struggle with, then it's probably not a good fit. For example, if you are not a morning person, or you do your best thinking at night, but your system requires you to wake up early and start planning, it's probably not a good fit. If you already have trouble remembering urgent tasks, then keeping it in mind is not going to be very helpful, or at least it's not the best system for you. If you know that you resist long work sessions, then expecting yourself to sit down and focus for long blocks of work time is probably also not the best fit for you. May sound good, but in practice it could fail. In the end, this is not about what you should be able to do. It's what is your system asking you to do, and is that natural to you? Question number 2, does your system still work on a tired week? So not your best week, not a reset week, not a week when you got enough sleep, you were hydrated, you felt amazing and inspired. An actual week when maybe you're tired. Because I feel like this is where a lot of systems really expose themselves. If the planner only works when you feel amazing, then that system is not robust enough. If your system falls apart the second life gets inconvenient, then it probably is not a great fit. And I think this is where a lot of us build systems that look and sound impressive, but do they actually work? Rather, do they actually work when we need them to? And question 3, does your system make it easier for you to either start, continue, or finish? Notice I didn't say, does it look good? I didn't say, does it make me feel productive or does it make me feel good for 10 minutes. I said, does it actually make motion easier? In my opinion, that is the best test because your system could be beautiful, but if it's not helping you start, what good is it? Your system could be detailed as all get out, but if it's not helping you move forward and continue, what good is it? Your system could be incredibly motivating, but if you can't bring yourself to finish, then what good is it? If it doesn't make motion easier, I didn't say faster or quicker. If it's not making motion easier, then it's not really solving the problem that you need it to solve. So what do you do with all this? For one, you stop asking yourself what the best system is, and you start asking instead, what does my brain actually need? That shift matters because you're no longer looking for a magical solution. Now you're actually looking for a usable solution. Something that can use your real intention, your real attention, your real energy, your real life, your real sticking points. And this could look a lot of ways. That may mean shorter work sessions, body doubling, a visual cue, deciding what done for today looks like instead of looking at your work session thinking you have to get a whole ton done in that short amount of time. And I want to say this because I feel like this is very important. The answer is not always having more discipline. Sometimes it's all about the design. I think that distinction is important. When you are faced with reality, you can stop punishing yourself because you weren't able to perform in the way you thought you ought to be able to. So if you have a planner graveyard, I want to say this clearly. I don't think that means that you're bad at systems or that you don't have follow through or that you don't have your stuff together or that you're incapable. It could just mean that you have been trying to force yourself into systems or using systems that were never built with your brain in mind. Look at the system that you're currently using or the ones that you're thinking about using and ask yourself, what is it asking me to do? Where does it break? Does it actually work on a day when I really need it, not on an ideal day? Our goal is not to find the perfect or the magical solution. The goal is to find ways that we can reliably count on to make forward motion in the projects and in the tasks that mean something to us. If this helped, I would love to know what part hit home for you. If your main problem right now is, I have so many priorities, I have so many things I need to be doing, and I just can't figure out which one to prioritize first, I'm creating a prioritization tool that will be released in the next few days, so keep an eye out. And by the way, that being said, subscribe to the channel. If you already know what you need to be prioritizing, you know what you want to work on, you just haven't been able to make yourself consistently work on it, join the Idea Cafe, or you could look into the 6-week cohort that I run that helps exactly with this type of thing. Either way, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and I will talk to you soon.